Hey guys, thanks for joining me for this reading. Today's topic is improving your financial vibe. So each of us has a vibrational relationship with money, as we do with all aspects of life, right? And for a lot of us, that vibe isn't so hot. So I thought we would pull some cards today and see if we can get some guidance as to how we can improve our vibrational relationship with money, with finances. So thanks for joining me here at Sunflower Philosophy. If you're interested in tarot readings, hypnosis, or human design readings, check out our website at sunflowerphilosophy.com. So we have 3 groups here, and I just have these cards here for those of you who might need a little extra help deciding which group. So group 1 is on the left, group 2 is in the middle, and group 3 is on the right. So you can go to your group at any time, and I'll see you there. Hi, group 1. Okay, so if you chose this card, this is your group, and we're just going to take a look at the title of this card, Youthful Folly. And we'll see if that adds anything to the message for this group. So let's get some tarot cards now. But now, youthful folly. So it may be that some of you have, I don't know, maybe careless is too harsh a word for some of you, but it feels as though some of you might have just, I don't know, I've done it myself. So I know whereof I speak, but it feels like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. Youthful folly with the 5 of Wands there. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking some of you have made some financial errors, let's say. And we're talking about like not a big deal, youthful folly. Like I have spent money, like I guess, oh, that's half the deck. Okay. I have spent money like kind of foolishly many times in my life. And fortunately, most of those times it was not, it wasn't like huge expenditures, but big enough that, maybe I had some regrets. So you might have made some purchases or spent some money that, I don't know, you kind of feel like you did it in a foolish way. Okay. Wow. Okay. The cards are just like coming out in chunks. Okay. Let's just get another card or two. Okay. For group 1. If I don't get one soon, I'll start talking about these and we'll take it from there. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. So interestingly enough, the way the sun fell out like this sideways, I'm going to put it upright, but I do feel like maybe I'll even just start there, because what I'm feeling like is that, you have every reason to believe that like your future is bright surrounding this topic, which is finances, which is money, right? You have every reason to believe that. But with the card coming out on its side, I also got the feeling that, but it's up to you, right? It feels like it's not an automatic. It's about what you do. So yeah, with youthful folly here and then the 5 of Wands there, it really feels like it's not a big deal, right? You've maybe made some immature decisions surrounding money, or some foolish purchases, or just like wasted money. Like you might feel like you've wasted money. But it's not a big deal. It's like something, youthful folly. It's something you did that was, whether you were young or not, it was like just like kind of a, I don't know, innocent, immature mistake. And it just feels like it's not a big deal. Now, here's the thing. I love that you have the Magician here as guidance. Well, let me just backtrack for a second. The first piece of advice is, don't beat yourself up over it, because it's not a big deal. Okay. What you've done in the past is not a big deal. Even if it feels like it, Okay, some of you need a major reframing around it, because some of you are feeling worse than others about some expenditures, because some of you are feeling like, yeah, no, I spent big. I made a big mistake. But the guidance here, the message here is it's like, I just got the word child's play. It's child's play. It's all just child's play. It's not a big deal, and it doesn't need to affect your future. It's all just child's play. Okay. So in other words, it's not serious. It is not at all serious. So please, if you are beating yourself up over mistakes that you made in the past with money and purchases, perhaps, or wasting money, spending it foolishly, it's time to stop beating yourself up over it. Child's play. It's not serious. It's not serious. It feels serious, but the thing is, if it feels serious to you, then you're bringing that vibe forward with you into the present. And that isn't going to work for you, okay? So you need to like really cut yourself slack. And you know what? The universe is cutting you slack. The universe is cutting you slack. The universe is telling you it's not serious. It's not a big deal. Stop beating yourself up over it. Be nice to yourself. Start fresh. And you do have the Magician. First of all, the Magician card is number 1. So it's time to start a brand new cycle, a big, big, huge cycle. Because the Magician here is telling you you've already got everything you need moving forward. You just need to tap into the magic. You've got infinite magic, infinite power within you. You just need to tap into it. And that is actually the whole purpose of this reading, is that you are being guided as to how to improve your frequency with money. So first of all, let it go. Nothing in the past was serious, and it's only serious if you make it so. So, just like relieve yourself of that burden. Second, you've got all of the tools necessary within you, right? You've got everything you need to attract that abundance to you. And you've got the tools within you to take the right steps, right? So I just felt like some of you have some like maybe talent or expertise that you can share with others, or that you can use to create abundance, right? But it's about getting in alignment with it first. It's about improving your vibe first, right? Feeling the feeling, getting in that head space and that emotional space, right? I mean, because the thoughts you're thinking about this matter. And that's why when the sun came out like sideways here, it really felt like, your future, your financial future can be as bright as you want it to, but it is up to you, right? Okay, so I just got, nothing is going to change on the outside if you don't change what's on the inside. So this is about purposely and consciously acknowledging that everything and anything that you did in the past that you deem as a mistake was not a mistake. It's like a stepping stone and a learning process. Okay, yes, none of it, there was nothing wrong with any of it. It's about reframing and change. Okay, so the 5 of Wands there, the 5 is the number of change. Okay, so it's about changing your outlook about what you've done in the past. It does feel as though what you've done in the past, quote unquote mistakes, things that you deem as mistakes, are what's holding you back. But you're being told here that you've got everything within you to change that. To change that outlook, to change that frequency, so that you can head in the direction of a brighter financial future. So let's get a money and the law of attraction cards. Let's get one of those or more if more come out. Well, we have one came out right away. And on the front it says, my financial success does not require hard work. Okay, well, let's see what this card says, because you are being told that it has a lot to do with your the way you think about the past. So it might be a matter of just changing your beliefs. So let's take a look here. If you believe that you must work hard in order to deserve the money that comes to you, then money cannot come to you unless you do work hard. Financial success, or any other kind of success, does not require hard work. It does require alignment of thought. Okay, I did mention that about, your thoughts around this. You put it this way, your thoughts around it create the emotion. So that makes a huge difference. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. You simply cannot offer negative thought. You simply cannot offer negative thought, that should be thoughts, okay, about things that you desire and then make up for it with action or hard work. When you learn to direct your own thoughts, you will discover the true leverage of energy alignment. When you learn to direct your own thoughts, you will discover the true leverage of energy alignment. Okay, so yeah, you want to change the way you think about money and the way you have spent it in the past. The way, if you feel like you've wasted money or you've made mistakes, those thoughts are very unhelpful. Let's get another money and the law of attraction cards. I mean, I like that one because that one really zeroed in on how you think about money. And for you, it's related to past expenditures. You need to come to terms with how you've spent money, okay, in the past. Okay. I can follow the trails of good feeling thoughts. All right. Let's take a look. Most people have put anything that earns money in the category of the things that I have to do. And that is why the money often comes so hard. If you are wise enough to follow the trail of good feeling thoughts by deliberately looking for positive aspects along your way, you will come into vibrational alignment with who you really are and with the things you really want. And once you do that, the universe must deliver to you a viable means to achieve your desires. Okay, so the only hard work you're being advised to do here is the work of coming into alignment with money and abundance and feeling like you deserve it, because I just got the feeling that some of you think, well, that you don't deserve it. And you might not even think this consciously. It feels like it's embedded deep down in you that maybe you don't deserve money or you can't handle money. And again, with the money and law of attraction cards here that came out, there's also a feeling of I have to work hard for everything. And you're being guided here that really for you, it's about changing your thoughts. It's about changing your thoughts and realizing that, yeah, the bottom line is you haven't made any mistakes. You have learned lessons. So take the lessons from the past and leave the experience of the past behind. So anything you have learned about money, anything you have learned about how you spent it or how you didn't spend it, take what you learned and bring it forward. I also just got the feeling that some of you have learned some practical lessons, not lessons, practical, like educational things related to money, And so I think that's where the magician comes in, that you have all the tools necessary to create the abundance. You just have to believe it and stop beating yourself up. And you know what? Also from the sun, you really just need to raise your frequency and know that you deserve abundance. You deserve as much money as you desire. And it's simply a matter of changing your thought patterns. So group 1, I hope that was helpful. Thanks for joining me here at Sunflower Philosophy Tarot. Go to sunflowerphilosophy.com for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Welcome, Group 2. So while we select your tarot cards, I just want to take a look at the title of this, the card that you use for your group selection. 25, Innocence. Okay, so let's see if innocence plays into the message at all. But right now, I just want to get some tarot cards. I just want to see, because for group 1, I did the same thing, and it actually did play. It was almost like the title of theirs. So let's see if innocence has anything to do with the cards, or if it was just pretty artwork for the selection. Okay, so you just had 3 cards jump out together. Oh, no, 4. Okay. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups, the King of Pentacles reversed, the 7 of Cups upright, and the Page of Wands reversed. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we have here. Okay. All right, so it feels as though there's a repetitive feeling of I'm not good with money. I'm not good with money. I can't hold on to money. I don't know what to do with it, right? I feel it just feels like you're always, and again, it might not even be consciously, but you're always kind of rerunning the same film over and over, the same audio or something, in your mind, in your vibe of, well, I'm just not good with money. I'm just not good with money. I don't know what to do with money. And yeah, and with the 7 of Cups there, it just feels like, yes, a lot of confusion. And yeah, and the Page of Wands reversed, right? And yeah, okay, innocence, right? We had here with this card, innocence. So it feels as though you have just felt really overwhelmed when it comes to money. And it feels like yeah, it feels like you feels lost. It's like a lost feeling, every card is giving me the vibe of lost. I am lost. And I just also, I don't know much about money, and if I'm being honest, as far as like the human aspect of it, right? Like I'm not like an investor or anything like that, but I was like kind of getting the feeling that for this group, some of you might need the advice of someone who knows what to do with money. So, okay, so some of you may have some debt, for example, like credit card debt or something like that you want to get under control. And it feels like some of you have someone that you know or someone in your life that might be able to kind of give you some advice as to what to do about that, right? Because I know that there are, there are like little tips and tricks out there, tricks, not really tricks, but things that people do to like pay down their credit card debt. Like, choose the card with the highest interest rate first and get that one out of the way, or whatever. That's just an example. But it feels like some of you might need expert help with this. And this is not exactly what I was expecting from these readings, right? But the thing is, if you feel so lost and overwhelmed by money, then it's possible that it makes it difficult for you to improve your vibrational relationship without kind of getting put in the right direction here. And the thing is, I'm looking at the King of Pentacles right now, and I just feel like you can flip this card over, right? You can make the King of Pentacles upright. And okay, all right. That, how I said I felt like it's like a repetitive loop in your vibe, in your mind, in your thought process about being no good with money and overwhelmed. Yeah, I feel like you can change that loop. You can change what you're saying to yourself about yourself. I mean, yeah, this is negative self-talk, I'm feeling a mixed feeling here of I'm bad with money and it's my fault, versus like I'm bad with money and I can't help it, I just don't know what I'm doing, kind of thing. So you've got lots of options here, and that's what could be very confusing and overwhelming. I feel like there's something, you have a situation and you don't know what to do about it, and you might need an actual expert. And I actually almost feel like I'm letting you down here because I don't have but I am going to pull, I have these cards here, money and the law of attraction. Okay. These are cards from Abraham Hicks. I'm going to pull a couple of these cards and see what they can tell you, because all I'm feeling from the tarot here, well, I could get another. Let me see all right, let me pull one more tarot card, see if it's got any guidance, and then I'll also pull the law of attraction and money cards. But let me see. All right, we had a card come out right away. All right, we have the Knight of Cups reversed. Yeah. I feel like that's just more of the same, basically. More of the same. It's kind of like I just like got something like your knight of shining armor can't come in and help you when you're in this vibe. Okay, so it feels like this vibe is so deep and so deep-seated and so, I don't know, again, I that feeling of lost came to me, and I feel like, there's something else that has to change. It's like you do need help. You need help from somebody who knows better. But let me see. Here's a money and the law of attraction card. All right. Ooh, this might have significance for some of you. It is not my role to make others happy. Let's see what this says, because this might have some insight for some of you. It is not your role to make others happy. It is your role to keep yourself in balance. When you pay attention, the word pay just stuck out there for me. When you pay attention to how you feel and practice self-empowering thoughts that align with who you really are, you will offer an example of thriving that will be of tremendous value to those who have the benefit of observing you. Okay, before I finish reading this, I just want to say it before I forget. All right, so first of all, pay. I feel like some of you might be paying for somebody else, you're paying somebody else's debt, or, paying somebody else's bills, or feeling financially responsible for somebody else's payments. That was the first thing I felt. And I also felt, wait, let me look at the card again to see if I get it back. Oh, okay. Yes. I also felt the thing about offering an example to others. All right. This is what I felt. Okay. I feel like you might know people who seem to do really well with money, and it seems effortless for them. And as a way to kind of turn things around, to start, it feels like a slow turning energy, but in order to kind of slowly turn it around, I feel like you might want to closely observe those people for whom or with or who seem to have an easy time with money, and kind of try to catch their vibe. In other words, how do they act about money? How do they talk about money? How do they feel? They must feel abundant. They must feel confident with money. And I feel like you might want to observe and try to emulate someone like that. Let's see what the rest of the card says here. You cannot get poor enough to help poor people thrive, or get sick enough to help sick people get well. You can only uplift from your position of strength and clarity and alignment. Okay, so you're being guided here that you do need to get into financial alignment. And for some of you, it's like you almost maybe need a role model. You almost need a role model, right? There's the card that we said of innocence, right? And we have the Page of Wands reversed. So it feels like novice. The word novice just came to mind. So you're a novice with money. And it doesn't even matter what age you are at, because I'm not that young. And honestly, I'm a novice with money. My vibe has improved and my financial situation has improved. But yeah, you need some direction, and I feel like you need a role model, a vibrational role model and a practical role model. Let's get another. Oh, all right, we have two more money and the law of attraction cards. Okay, so the first one says on the one side, my what is need not influence my what is becoming. Okay, so in other words, what is right now does not need to influence what is becoming. Okay, this is really, really important because, okay, remember when I said you feel lost? Okay, if it was like a sinking feeling and it felt like you were down, below ground level, is just metaphorically speaking, right? And so what is, if you feel like you're, down, what is does not need to influence what is becoming. But the thing is, if you keep feeling that same way and focusing that same way, that's what you're creating more of. So let's take a look at this card. Okay, what is has no bearing on what is coming unless you are continually regurgitating the story of what is. By thinking and speaking more of how you really want your life to be, you allow what you are currently living to be the jumping off place for so much more. But if you speak predominantly of what is, then you still jump off, but you jump off into more of the same. Yes, okay. All right, group 2. So yeah, you need to start speaking, thinking, and feeling like things are improving. Okay, so here's the thing. It's really challenging to go from a deep, confused, lost feeling to a feeling of major abundance, right? It's really challenging to do that, but you can move into a feeling of things are improving, things are getting better. That is an easier place to go. And I do think if you have a role model, someone you can emulate, that would be a good place to start. Okay, so we have another one here. The subject of money is really 2 subjects. Okay, I think I know where this one's going too. The subject of money is really 2 subjects. Money, 1, money, plenty of money, and 2, absence of money, not nearly enough money. Okay, so right now, it feels like you have been in for a long time a feeling of absence of money, not nearly enough money. Often people assume that because they are speaking the words, I want more money, they are speaking positively about money. When you are feeling fear or discomfort as you speak, you are not speaking of the subject of money. You are speaking of the subject of not enough money. And the difference is very important because the first subject brings money and the second subject holds it away. Okay, so I feel like this is totally the culmination of this message. And that is, even when you think you are speaking of money in a way that, well, I want it and I deserve it and what have you, but it's the vibe behind it matters. The vibe behind it matters because so many times when people are talking about and thinking about and feeling about their relationship with money, it's really about a lack of money, and it's just attracting and creating more of the same. So obviously this feels like a huge deal for this group, and obviously you have to use your gut instinct, let your body tell you what is right for you. Do you need to seek out a financial professional to help you? And if you do, see if you can't get advice from someone you trust as to whom that should be. Or, if you have someone close to you who's good with money, who can give you guidance, that would be great. If you have someone close to you whom you can emulate. And I also just got the feeling for some of you, you might have people in the same boat as you, and you can actually get together and do like an exercise where you spend time only talking positively about money and raising the frequency of around it and pumping each other up, and fake it until you make it, in the sense of like the feeling about money, the vibration about money, and knowing that everything is always getting better, everything is always improving, if through this life you can, like, one step at a time, get better and better and raise your frequency around everything, looking around and trying to find positive aspects to look at, try to look around and find things that you love. That helps raise your frequency. Try to look at the best in the people that you know. And if you catch yourself feeling negative thoughts about them, I know, easier said than done, but try to find something positive to think about them. These little habits quickly add up to bigger habits of thinking and feeling better in general. And when you think and feel better in general, it's easier to feel that way about the difficult subjects like money. So group 2, I feel like this is a big deal for you, and I hope that there was some benefit in there for you. And I do wish you the best of luck. If you're interested in personal readings, human design readings, or hypnosis, visit sunflowerphilosophy.com. Until next time, be well. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to your reading. So as I do the tarot card selection, I just want to take a look at the title of this card, the card that you use to choose your group. I just want to take a look at that, obstruction, and just see if that word has anything to do with your reading and where you are now. Because obstruction, the word obstruction itself, right? It's like a block. But let's face it, I mean, any negative vibe about anything it's a block. It's an obstruction. So I almost don't see how it cannot have something to do with it. So let's see. All right, let's see what we get from tarot here. Can we get some cards for Group 3? Any guidance, any clarity for Group 3? What can they do to get rid of the obstruction? Okay, nothing jumping out. Okay, were we waiting for those 3 cards to get together? Maybe 4 cards. Okay. All right, so we have the Magician, the 10 of Cups, the Ace of Cups reversed, and Justice. Okay. All right. So, well, right off the bat, with the Magician, it's kind of like, wow, how do you remove the obstruction to your financial vibe, the relationship with money? And it's, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. So, the Magician is standing there with the infinity sign over his head, as above, so below, and all of the elements there, right? He's got everything he needs to manifest. And so it really feels like you have to believe. You have to believe, and you have to feel good about it. It feels like an expression just came to me, lip service. Okay, so a lot of us, we get good at paying lip service. Okay, so this is my life, and any guidance that I give other people, it's almost always takes one to know one. In other words, it comes from my experience, right? And I also do human design readings, and I know that this is part of my design. I mean, it's like, well, I have these experiences so that I can share with others and guide them, right? So, it's kind of like, I feel like for some of you, you say the right things and you think the right things, but you're not feeling them and putting the emotion behind them, right? Okay, so I would be here all day if I got into like some of my personal stories. But here's the thing. I already know from my personal experience that when the emotion is behind the desire, when it's truly behind it, it's like magic. And we have the Magician here. It's magical. It is magical. And with the Magician next to the 10 of Cups there, that's what it feels like. It's like, oh my God, this is magic. This feels so, so good. This is like ultimate joy, and joy for the sake of joy, right? It's not conditional. joy for the sake of joy, this feels like. So I know this. I've experienced it. And yet, it's like, it's almost like I want to take shortcuts, and I can pay it lip service. I can say the right things and think the right things, but if I'm not putting the emotion behind it, there is some work involved, and it's like emotional work. It's alignment work. So I feel for you guys, group 3, it's really about alignment work. It's about joy for the sake of joy. And I know, like, it's almost like, well, if I just felt joy for the sake of joy, then why do I need to even prove my financial situation? I'll just be happy and I won't need the money. And that might be true or not true. I mean, well, yeah, it would be true. You wouldn't need, if you were that joyful, you wouldn't need any money. You wouldn't need anything. You would just be unconditionally joyful. But if you were unconditionally joyful, all the abundance would just flow to you because you would have zero resistance. Now, this is easier said than done. And I am by no means suggesting that you walk around in, complete and total bliss at all times. You're human. You didn't come here to do that. And, I tried. There was a point in my life where I experienced a period of time of like such bliss and joy, and it was like a ridiculously high vibe, and it felt like the world was rolling out the red carpet for me, and I thought I had this thing. I was like, oh, I will never go back. I just will live here forever. And it didn't happen. Okay. We are human, right? We come here for this human experience, but you can have those experiences, right? And actually, with the Ace of Cups reversed there, I feel like I just explained that. I feel like when I just said, you can't live there forever, right? It's not, oh, yeah, right. It's not like a permanent, like, gift or something. It's not like, oh, yes, this feeling of joy is bestowed upon you and you will never feel anything but that again forever. It's not like that. It's kind of like, it's there for the taking, right? But it requires intention behind it, right? And yeah, with justice at the end of the cards here, it just feels like, yeah, okay, everything, all's fair in love and war and everything else, because it all comes down to you and your vibe, and you're going to get what you're putting out there. And the thing is, when it comes to frequency, when it comes to vibration, you're putting it out there whether you want to or not, right? I mean, we have an aura, we have energy that goes out into the world, and and I can't explain exactly how it works, and nobody can, and don't let them pretend that they can, okay? But we know it. I mean, I know it from my own personal life experience and things that have happened to me. I can't explain all the scientific details of how it works, but I know it to be true from my experience. And the thing is, you're just putting it out there, whether you want to or not, whether you know it or not. And so you're going to, justice will be done. You're going to receive what your vibe puts out there. Okay. So, in order to remove that obstruction, you really have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your abilities. You have to raise that joyful frequency and just be happy for happiness' sake. Be joyful for joy's sake, joyfulness' sake. I don't know, whatever. Just be, and I know this sounds easier said than done, but maybe it doesn't. I feel like you're understanding me, group 3. I feel like, no, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, like unconditional joy, unconditional love, just putting love and joy out into the world, doing it intentionally and doing it just for the sake of doing it. I feel like for you, group 3, that is like the key. Now I have these cards here, money and money and the law of attraction. So let me, one came out right away. I'll probably pull another one, but let's take a look at this one first. That jumped right out almost as soon as I started shuffling. My attention to unwanted attracts more unwanted. Okay, let's read the other side. For every pleasing thing, there is an unpleasing counterpart, for within every particle of the universe, that is that which is wanted as well as the lack of that which is wanted as well as the lack of that which is wanted. Okay, right. Wanted and unwanted. Okay. When you focus upon an unwanted aspect of something in an effort to push it away from you, it only comes closer, because what you give your attention to, whether it is something that you want or not, it is up to you to focus upon and attract what is wanted. Okay, so yeah, it is up to you to focus on what is wanted. And when you focus on the unwanted, you just get more of it. When you focus on the wanted, you just get more of it. But here's the thing. If you focus on the wanted, it can't be from a place of, I want it, but in parentheses, it's like, but I don't have it. I want it, but I don't have it, right? The but I don't have it has to stay out of it. And I think that's where the joy comes in. Let's pull another one of these money and the law of attraction card. Okay, another one came out. Oh, no, that's one. Okay. I am still developing the skill to direct my thoughts. Yeah, you are, group 3. You are still developing it. That's why you're here. All right, let's take a look at this card. The most valuable skill or talent that you could ever develop is that of directing your thoughts toward what you want, to be adept at quickly evaluating all situations, and then quickly coming to the conclusion of what you most want, and then giving your undivided attention to that. There is tremendous skill in deliberately directing your own thoughts that will yield results that cannot be compared with results that mere action can provide. Okay, you're right. Mere action, it's almost like, yeah, you could create things through mere action without getting the vibe behind it, but it usually doesn't last, it usually doesn't stay, it usually doesn't repeat, there's no momentum there, right? There's no momentum there to keep that abundance going. And yeah, I feel like also, with the Ace of Cups reversed, I feel like some of you don't know what you want. Some of you don't know what you want. And I feel you, group 3. I totally do. Sometimes I sit down and I think, what is it that I really want? What is it? I don't know. I mean, I know I really find a lot of satisfaction and joy in helping others, right? If I have any experience or knowledge or wisdom or whatever that can help others, I know that I just enjoy sharing it, and I love when I see that I've had a positive impact on someone. But like, what more do I want? I don't know. And I feel like some of you might not know that either, which comes right back around to you just manifesting unconditional joy. Just finding reasons to be joyful, or not even finding the reasons. Listen, if you can find the vibe of joy without a reason, then you do that, and you do that regularly, and you make it a point to do that whenever you can, and just pump up that vibe. If you can do that, that's great. If that's more of a challenge for you, then I recommend you find things to think about, look at, talk about, feel about that you love, that bring you joy, whether it's people in your life or things that you own, or, looking at things in nature, whatever it is that you can use to pump up that joy. But I feel like this group knows what I'm talking about when it comes to unconditional joy. So group 3, I hope you enjoyed your message. I really did. I like that this is the way it's ending, with group 3 being my last group, because I feel really good and pumped up about it. So group 3, thanks for joining me. If you're interested in private tarot readings or hypnosis or human design readings, check out sunflowerphilosophy.com. Thanks for being with me, and bye for now.